Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, day by day, our comfort zone becoming more stronger. And we kind of like become advanced to maintain that comfort zone within our own mind. And now our time, it's kind of like, without farming, you can get vegetables. You don't need to do any farming. You go to market and you get. And in far away from another country, so whatever, even tomato, you can buy here in supermarket. And you no need to build any kind of aeroplane. You buy a ticket and you go. And you no need to go and here and there look what is happening. You just go live streaming and see whatever the live things happening around the world, and then you can see a lot of people around the world, even from home to road, everything they live streaming. And at the same time, we little by little developing our comfort zone, and we no need to go to supermarket anymore, or shopping mall, and it is in front of your it is in your fingerprint. Now you just logging to computer, putting your fingerprint, and then click. And even that all the computer, there are programs. Your credit card, they remembered. And only one time you have to enter the details. And the very next time, and you just need to select the item you want to buy. It doesn't matter. Even you no need to look anything. You just select the item whenever, whatever you want to buy. The next day it is in front of your door. So it's kind of like, it's deeply, even though we see kind of like comfort, it deeply hacking our all the emotions. It is not a person. The entire system deeply hacking our mind. So the thing is this, once we caught up with this system and we lose our awareness, we lose our attention. So then it is very important, more than any other time, to develop your awareness, because there are very few tools, informations that you can have to develop to right awareness. Sometimes people develop the awareness, help to develop the awareness the way they want. They're not going to make you completely free when it comes to awareness. There are people, they teach things and you want to think like them. So it is happening in a large scale. So then you have to be more and more careful and looking within yourself and see in day-to-day activities how you go with this all and where you can find change and what you have to do for the change. Because it is not something that you can tell, oh, it's going to be okay tomorrow. No, that it's going to become more and more and more stronger when it happening next time. When it happening next time, it's going to become more stronger and no one can get out of it. So then you have to know how to get the best out of the situation rather than resisting it, rather than fighting with it. You have to know, you have to develop a knowledge and wisdom how you can accept this and how you can develop your awareness out of this all. So for that, when it comes to our human life, that there are deeply, we have kind of like roots, habitual patterns with our thoughts. It called anusaya. Anusaya means roots, and it is invisible. And even sometimes, it is visible, but you cannot see it. As example, when it comes to Theravada tradition, that the mind is not invisible, mind is visible. That's why when somebody get angry, you can see. When someone happy, you can see that that person happy. And in day-to-day life, how when other people change their mind, you see it. It is not a kind of like something invisible. But the thing is, this is very tiny. To see that, you have to be very sharp and clear. So this all anusayas, there are 7 kind of anusayas in our mind, behavior, mental behavior pattern, or the thoughts pattern. Those are the govern, this all the habitual patterns, and those are the things inviting to this everything around us. Even though whatever the worldly behavior, our mind go with this anusayas, roots. So then rather than fighting with outside world, if you develop a skill to look deeper inside you and recognize these roots, and you can uproot it, you can take it out from it. So it is a process, little by little you have to do it. When it comes to that anusaya, the first one is called raga anusaya. Raga anusaya means the desire based looking for satisfaction, and with the self-centered mind. It is deep. Even in the dreams, we go here and there, and we traveling in dreams to look for satisfaction. So that's why that always remember that in between the inhalation, exhalation, the gap that you found, that empty space that you found, it is the most powerful thing. Because if that space didn't happen, you're not going to see the inhalation or exhalation. So when the desire come, you cannot just that hold it, or you cannot just neglect it, because it naturally comes. Sometimes you recognize even it after it all done. But when you have free time, when you are not in the middle of the desire, you have to know. Just as a general knowledge, you have to, in the beginning, you have to start with the general knowledge. That is how the anusaya, you can slowly take it out. Because once it become a big, huge tree, it is very difficult. So then in day-to-day life, whenever you have time, remember that you can have a life with things, and you can have a life without things. You have to think about it. Otherwise, it's not going to have, because we used to think, oh, we have to have things to have a life. We need these things to have a life. That's why we day and night, and it's a always keep following. So, and in during when the mind is calm, when the mind has no desire, you have to look into that moment and see how much you are comfortable. Even with the eating also like that. So like when you eat, you enjoy. Have you ever thought you are not hungry, you don't feel anything to eat, and you feel so comfortable? So why you enjoy just only when you eat? And you sometimes you go to bed and lie down and then you feel so comfortable. And how about in the daytime? You feel relaxed and comfortable, you sitting on your chair or couch. Why you cannot recognize that the comfort that you looking lying down on the bed and in the sitting on a chair, that comfort, the both same. Because when it comes to thoughts, you're not going to find a different thought. This is the wrong idea. So as example, there is a snake, go like this, and you see it and you get you afraid in this very moment. The 2020, 21 and January 27th, today, in this time, you get afraid. The fear that came to your mind, just imagine 10,000 years back, somebody in the middle of the Amazon jungle saw a snake and got afraid. That fear, and after 10,000 years in 2021, in the middle of this California, in Los Angeles, with this all the lights and everything, the fear that you have the same. There's no different. That is the Dharma. You think it is not different. That the fear that had seeing the snake and have the fear is the same fear. Maybe the reaction different, but the same fear. There's no different. So whatever that you look as comfort, it's already there, you have it, but you don't see. And without seeing that, you look for something. And mostly why we do that, because we format to go with like that way. We kind of like a machines, we following others, looking for that. So that's why when you eating, it is good, you enjoy, but the satisfaction that you gain, this way, to catch this, you have to calm down your mind and observe deeply. That's why this meditation giving you kind of like a practice to yourself and absorb this to your deeper to your system, because that is where naturally you start to develop the equanimity within yourself. So when you have the desire, the current that you go and enjoy, and you're looking for satisfaction, and that there is a satisfaction when you are not in the current also. It's both the same finally. So through this observing and recognizing in day-to-day life, when you don't have any work, and whenever you have free time, to observing that and recognizing this is the key, because then you know And then when the next time you try to get it, you're going to you're going to minimize the effort. And so the next one, the patiga anusaya. Patiga is it's a kind of like the related to the anger. So you get angry to find your comfort. You get angry to find your security. You get angry to find your space. No one get angry to die. No one get angry to lose their teeth. No one get angry to, to lose their hands. No one get angry to cut their legs. People get angry. People fight to protect this. And before you protect it, if you don't understand you have it, you lose. It's a different, it is something different. You have the fear to lose it. And when you caught up in the fear of losing, you're going to lose it. But when you recognize, because you go to fight to protect it, so you already have it. So then when you recognize that, naturally, you get out of it. You try to maybe argue with somebody to prove because who you are, maybe. Because already you have it. Your awareness go beyond the action. If you don't see this, you go with the current. And dittanusaya, and deeply we have habitual patterns to thinks about things, that the projecting things, visualizing things. And we think, oh, we have to visualize things and we have to think about something or like that way. But deeply, if you don't recognize that you already, in the moment, that in this very moment you exist, and forgetting that existence, if you dream, you will never achieve to any success. Forgetting that in the moment you existing, your existence, if you visualize, you dream, you projecting your future, you will never get into that. It just become a dream. That's why around the world, 99% people have dreams, but most of people die with dreams. The reason, they caught up in dreams, and when they get into the dreams, they lose the moment of awareness. So another one is the vichikichanusaya. So the doubt related to your own life, regarding the past and the future. And sometimes we always, whatever that happening in the past, and it always kind of like a shadow hold us. But if you don't recognize that you already pass it and you are in the moment, in this present moment, because you passed that whatever happened. So if you don't see that, you already going to be caught up with the current, and then the again and again it's going to kind of like it going to become like a ghost. Most of us, our history, our past is kind of like a ghost. It make us, that's why people like you know that sometimes children, And when they become young adult, and sometimes they behave in a different way, because in their childhood time they had a different bad experience. See, it become kind of like a ghost and shadow. They cannot get out of their memory, and it always, talking to themselves, keep following, but you have to understand, in this very moment, you okay, nothing happened to you. So then look, get into this moment. Why you counting your past? Get into this moment and just do whatever you have to do. And the mana anusaya, and you comparing to each other always. Everywhere you go, whatever your garments, jewelries, makeups, hairstyle, the shoes, or slippers, or a handbag, or anything, you compare everything in details. You have very sharp mind, but only thing is we use it to unnecessary things. But if you look into yourself and work within yourself with that awareness, that you very easily you can attain to enlightenment, because you have that inbuilt skill. Another thing is that we always have a kind of like the dream beyond the death, to become somebody, become something. And if you don't recognize in this very moment that you have the most advanced mechanism in this universe, and you are in the best position in this entire universe as a human being, if you don't put a value on it, what's the point? Because in this very moment, listen this very carefully and catch it. When this very moment, forgetting your human existence, and if you think something else, you already lose what you have. You invalidate what you have. Forgetting your human existence, and if you think, I want to be like that, I like to become like that, if you think like that way, you already lose within yourself. Because if you recognize you have the most advanced mechanism and the most blissful, the life already within you in this very moment, you're not going to think about anything. So that's why if you don't recognize this, we always dreaming. And the next one is the avijjanusaya. So the avijjanusaya means, and the ignorance, that there are roots related to ignorance. So that ignorance is always, is when it comes to the dharma, it's a kind of like I exist, and we take this body as I, and we take these feelings as I, we take this name as I, we take this form as I, so like that way. But as you observe the inhalation, exhalation, and you go deeper in the beginning, middle, end, there is no such a thing called beginning, middle, end. Even when you come to this human body, this form is, in this form, there is nothing that you name anything as self. Even the body, even this, all the body parts, we say human, if we take that all the body part and put it in a different places, you take the head and put it here, and you take this hand, put it here, so like that you change everything. Do you think that you're going to call that whatever the outcome as the human? Because you already have all the organs. You're not going to lose anything. But when the order is not there, you're not going to accept it. So, thoughts, see how many thoughts came to your life in so far in you. And this moment you say, I want it, and the very next moment you say, I hate it. And for your wedding, you spend so much money. For your divorce, you spend so much money to prove that you don't like this person. So it like that. So this everything, that doesn't mean there's nothing. But the thing is, things happen in this very moment. There are things. So through this anusayas, what it tried to teach us, remember, in the very moment, focus yourself. Don't lose the moment. Don't project or don't jump beyond the moment. Don't lose the moment. So stay with the moment and see the world. In the moment, we see things, but that doesn't mean it's going to be permanent. In the moment you want something, that doesn't mean even you get it, it's going to be permanent. In the moment you hate something, it is true. That is the reality. But remember, it's not going to be permanent. So whatever you achieve or whatever you resist in the moment, it is a struggle. Of course, that is what called life. But whatever you looking for, that anything is not permanent. When you come to the point to understand that you will recognize that whatever that you dreaming, or whatever that you thinking, or whatever that you want in life is always going to be depend on the moment that you sit, the moment that you exist. So if you forget that moment, so whatever you look for, it's not going to work. So that's why in this journey, little by little, when you have time, look within yourself and bring some validity to you, and bring some calmness to you, bring some happiness to you. You okay, everything there within you, everything okay with you. Just try to be like that for a moment. In that very moment you will see this all the formation, defilements, the current start to become neutral. In that neutral, if you know how to settle down, the current already going to become released from you. Once that current, the the habitual patterns or the defilements or the formations or the sanskara release from you, naturally the moment that you exist become the ultimate bliss. So it is possible, it is within you, it is your choice. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo. Sukhi diga yuko bhava ettavata cha ammi. Sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchutu. Bless you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.